bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What's going down, gamblers around the world? It's the coach here representing Brothas N Bets, and I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Marley Bets. Marley, what's going down?
I'll be coming no time until the intro come on every time. I'm good. Fresh off. Ready to get into it.
That's the only time. Right? And it's like I picked the best moment, you know what I'm saying, to make that happen. So, but let's kind of talk about yesterday, how things went. I went 1-1-2, and in fact, my push had my lock of the day was my push, and that didn't go through, man. So, you know, but how'd you do? How'd you fare out?
I did off. I had a terrible day. Think might have been the worst day in college basketball on the show thus far. I went 1-3. I believe Purdue money line, only one we got. Over didn't cash with Kentucky. Wisconsin we won, but we didn't cover. And what was the other one? Wake Forest -3.5. Wake got smashed. And here we are.
All right. Well, man, let's kind of get ready to jump right into it. We got 5 games we want to cover today. Hopefully, we can try to, you'll be able to throw some NBA plays out there as well. You got a couple NBA ears? Yeah. Got a couple of NBAs in the house. So let's jump right into it, man. Let's start off with Cleveland State. We going to these little schools. So this is Marley. Marley been following these boys for a minute now. I used to follow Cleveland State back in the day when Quinnipiac used to be pretty good. That's a money line inside joke.
I got to holler at that boy in a minute, man.
Yeah, he needs to come on and do a cameo on the show. Anywho, we got Cleveland State taking on Detroit Titans. This line actually, the Cleveland State's 19-7 on the year, 12-12 against the spread, while the Detroit Titans are 12-13 on the year, 15-9 against the spread. This line actually opened up in favor of Cleveland State -1.5. There are some 1.5 still on the board, and there are also ones out here as well. 1 second, man. This stupid ass shit. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, my fault. And the total actually opened up at 144.5. Right now, that line's sitting at 144. As a consensus, injury reports right now, Cleveland State, they don't have any injuries right now. And for Detroit, Aki, he is forward. He is questioned for today's game, undisclosed injury report. Last time we seen Cleveland State, they won 79-67 against Wisconsin Green Bay. And the last time we seen Detroit, they actually beat Wright State 80-75. Get to these actual factuals. Cleveland State 5-2 against the spread in the last 7 games. The overs hit 8 out of the last 8. They are 13-4 straight up in the last 17 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games against Detroit. They overs hit 7 out of the last 8 games whenever Cleveland State's on the road. They are 1-5 straight up in the last 6 games on the road against Detroit, and 16-4 in the last 20 games against an opponent in the Horizon Conference. Actual factors for Detroit: they're 12-6 against the spread in the last 18 games, 7-3 straight up in the last 10. The unders hit 7 out of the last 8 against Cleveland State. They are 6-0 against the spread in the last 8 games at the crib, 5-1 straight up in the last 6 games against Cleveland State at the crib, 6-3 against the spread in the last 9 games, 6-3 straight up in the last 9 games against an Horizon Conference opponent, and the unders hit 7 out of the last 10 games when playing as an underdog. So, Cleveland State taking on Detroit. Marley, what's your play?
Well, you said it in the opening that Cleveland State. What's going down, James? Cleveland State is one of the teams I've been kind of following for a couple of weeks now, maybe a little longer. I'm all over Cleveland State right here. Money line. I don't see you can take the -1.5, but you know all the little rules. So I'm on the money line here. I was actually looking over my notes for Youngstown State for some strange reason while you was going over Cleveland State, and I don't have my Cleveland State notes in front of me. Give me 2 seconds.
But you like Cleveland State money line?
Yes, I am on Cleveland State money line, but don't get it twisted. Like Wright State is, Wright State. That's what Youngstown State playing. Detroit. Like I don't know if I heard you say there was no injuries. I was kind of surprised by the line initially when it first came out, to be honest with you, to be at -1.5. But Detroit Mercy is definitely not a bad team. They're 9-6 in conference. I think it's because of their record that's against Cleveland State at home and the way they do play at home. They have won 3 out of the last 5, and their 2 losses were to Oakland, which is another good team in the conference, and Youngstown State team I just kind of finished talking about within conference. Both of the teams are similar. Cleveland just a little bit better offensively, in my opinion. They both give up 69 points a game. Detroit averages 70, where Cleveland State averages 76. They are going to depend on their home field. I personally think Cleveland State's a better team. They're 15-4 in conference, 19-7 overall. Hodge is the leading scorer on the team at 15.9 points a game. So, and like you said earlier, this is just one of the teams on the smaller school that I've been kind of following for the last couple of weeks. But this will be a tough game. But I like Cleveland State on the money line.
All right, Marley likes Cleveland State on the money line. I do not have a play for this game, so I am going to pass. If I were to make a lean, I would lean towards Cleveland State on that money line with you, my G. So, but yeah, I'm going to pass right now. So, hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am the coach. This is Marley Bets. We are Brothas N Bets. And let's jump right into our game, and let's jump into the game that you actually had your notes out for, that you was reading wrong because you was earlier. Yeah. Youngstown State Penguins taking on the Wright State Raiders. The Penguins are 18-11 on the year, 14-13 against the spread, while the Raiders are 16-3 on the year, 11-17 against the spread. This line actually opened up in favor of Wright State -7, and that line has not moved at all. The total opened up at 147.5. Right now, that line, at 146. There are some 145.5 out there as well. Injury reports, real quick. For both teams, they do not have any injuries right now, so they are good. Last time we seen Youngstown State, they won 74-61 against IUPUI, while Wright State lost by 5 points against Detroit. Get to these actual factuals. Youngstown State 8-4 against the spread in the last 12 games, and overhit 4 in the last 5. They are 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games, 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games against Wright State. 3-7 straight up in the last 10 games against Wright State. The unders hit 4 out of the last 5 on the road. They are 13-7 straight up in the last 20 games when playing on the road against Wright State. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games this season. The overs hit 4 out of the last 5 when playing against an opponent in the Horizon Conference. Wright State's
I don't know what happened to the coach. I think he was getting ready to reel off Wright State's actual factuals, if I'm not mistaken. So I'll pick it up right there. Or did he already do that? Let me see. I'll reel them off though. Wright State, they're 14-6 straight up in their last 20 games. 17-3. Says computer crashed. So guess we'll see what happens when it comes back on. 17-3 straight up in their last 20 games when playing at home against Youngstown State. 12-6 straight up in their last 18 games against them. Okay, so he did just finish reading it, so I just remembered. So all right, so he was getting ready to pass it to me. So we'll just pick up right there.
What's your play, B? What you got?
Oh, I got Youngstown State Penguins plus the 7. Wright State is a good team, so don't get it twisted. I kind of couldn't understand why it's 7, or I was just rereading over those home statistics that you reeled off before everything crashed. All right, so like you said earlier, Youngstown State, they won 4 out of their last 5 games. They're 12-7 in the conference, 18-11 overall. They're led by a couple seniors and juniors, mostly upperclassmen here, but the main guy is Akuchi. He's 14.4 points a game, 8 rebounds. He's leading the team in both of those categories. They also got Dwayne Cohill. He's double-digit points, 14.1 points a game, and I can't think of the other guy's name. It escapes me real fast. Another big guy. They got another guy averaging double-digit points per game. So I do think this game will be tight. Wright State, they're losers of 3 out of their last 5. Some of those losses is kind of hard to explain. So like the Milwaukee loss, I might can give them the Northern Kentucky loss, but then Detroit, I don't know. I guess we'll see what's going on with Detroit when they play. What was the game we just covered? Cleveland State, because Cleveland State is really good. So if they beat both of them, then we might have something with Detroit. But other than that, yeah. So I'm all over Youngstown State plus the 7. I just think it's way too many points, in my opinion. So give me that. I'm all over it.
All right. I don't have a play for this game. I don't know what's going on with my MacBook and why the hell just crashed like that. So I do apologize. But Marley likes Youngstown State plus the 7. They have been balling lately in the last couple of games, leading into the conference tournament. So I do have a pass for that one. I'm just trying to pull up something real quick if I can find it. Okay. Taking longer than that. So let's get to our next game on the docket. And this is actually one of the games I just threw on the board. And we're talking about Gonzaga traveling to San Francisco to take on San Francisco. Let's get to these information, these break down this game real quick, but I'm trying to actually find the line for this game. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So the number 1 team in the country, Gonzaga Bulldogs, 23-2 on the year, 13-11-1 against the spread, while the same San Francisco Dons, they're 22-7, 11-16 against the spread. This line actually opened up in favor of Gonzaga -9. Right now that line's at -10. There are some 10.5s out there, and the total opened up at 156.5. Right now that line's at 158. Let's see if there's any injury reports for these teams right now. Harrison Perry, they have been out indefinitely for the majority of the season for Gonzaga, while the Dons, they don't have any injuries right now listed. Last time we seen Gonzaga, they won 81-69 against Santa Clara. And the last time we seen San Francisco, they hit 100 points. They hit 104-71 against Pacific College. Shout out to Pacific College. They got one of our basketball girls got a full scholarship heading that way next year. Get these extra factors for Gonzaga. The others hit 5 out of the last 5. They are 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games, 6-3 against the spread last 9 games against San Francisco. 10-0 straight up in the last 10 games against San Francisco, 11-0 straight up in the last 11 games on the road, 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games playing against San Francisco, 4-1 against spread in the last 5 games on a Thursday. San Francisco, actual factors, the overs hit 6 out of the last 9. They are 6-2 straight up in the last 8 games. The overs also hit 13 out of the last 18 against Gonzaga, 13-3 straight up in the last 16 games, 0-9 straight up in the last 9 games when playing at home against Gonzaga. The overs hit 6 out of the last 9. Against a West Coast Conference opponent, 5-11 against the spread in the last 16 games. The overs also hit 5 out of the last 7 games played on a Thursday, and they are 3-6 against the spread in the last 9 games as an underdog. So Gonzaga taking on San Francisco. Marley, do you have a play for this one?
No, that San Francisco plus 10 looks very tempting. Very, very tempting, but I think Gonzaga probably covers, but nothing official for me. San Francisco is good, just to let boys know if they don't.
Say that again. San Francisco what?
They're good, just to let boys know if they don't. Like, that's a really good basketball team.
So this right here is the perfect spot, in my opinion, for San Francisco for the first half. Last time they played, San Francisco was on the road and they beat them outright, and we gave that as an official pick last time. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing again. I do like this 5.5. I'm gonna kind of switch it up today. I like that 6.
That's
to be
the
honest
best you
with
go
you.
ever get Gonzaga on the first half, though.
On the first half, like, yes, sir. I'm gonna shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. And I'm going to take Gonzaga minus the 5.5 for the first half. And I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them for the full game as well. So lock me in for the first half minus the 5.5 at full game. And we're going to keep this train running, my G. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. I am Coach. This is Marley Bets. Yesterday, I had a couple of pushes. I've never had 2 pushes in one day. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. So I went 1, 1, and 2. Marley had went 1 and 2. So we try to bounce back today. So we appreciate everybody coming out. Let's get to our next game. This actually got some lock play written all over it, and we're talking about the UCLA Bruins taking on the Oregon Ducks. UCLA, number 3 team in the country, sit at 20-5 on the year, 13-11-1 against the spread, while the Oregon Ducks are 17-10 on the year, 10-17 against the spread. The line opened up in favor of UCLA minus 4.5. Right now, there are a lot of 2.5s out there as a consensus right now. So I'm actually going to change this up, and we're going to take the better number right now as well. The line that's the consensus. And that's the 2.5 right now. The total is sitting at 137 right now after opening up at 138.5. Injury reports real quick for UCLA. Tiger Campbell, he is questionable for today's game, so be sure to look on Twitter to see if he's playing. Watson, the guard / forward, he is questionable for this game as well with a knee injury, while the Oregon Ducks, they are healthy and ready to roll. Last time we seen UCLA, they won 66-52 against Arizona State. And the last time we seen Oregon, they won 81-84 in a close one against Arizona. Get to these actual factors real quick for UCLA. They are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games, 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games, 17-13 against the spread in the last 20 games against Oregon, and they are 7-13 straight up in the last 20 games against Oregon as well. 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 games on the road. The overs hit 5 out of the last 5 games on plan on the road against Oregon. 15-4 straight up in the last 19 games this season. And they're 4-1 in the last 5 games during Black History Month. Let's get to Oregon's actual factors. They are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games. The total has gone over 14 out of the last 20. They are 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games. The overs also hit 7 out of the last 7 games against UCLA. 1-4 against the spread in the last 5 games at home. The overs also hit 5 out of the last 5 games when playing at home against UCLA. 1-4 straight against the spread in the last 5 games this season. And the overs also hit 15 out of the last 20 games for Oregon when playing against the Pac-12 conference opponent. They are 7-1 in the last 8 games played on a Thursday and 11-4 straight up in the last 15 games during Black History. So, Oregon Ducks, UCLA Bruins, Marley, what's the play?
Even though Campbell is questionable, I still like UCLA here. I'm still all over UCLA here. They've been playing good ball. If I'm not mistaken, Campbell missed the last game, even though it was Arizona State. But Arizona State, they've been playing pretty better as of late, tougher as of late, I should say. They're still winners of 4 out of their last 5. Opponents weren't that great. And then you got the loss to USC, but that was in USC rivalry game. And just Oregon, they haven't been playing the best basketball, honestly. I don't know if it's injuries. I haven't really kept up with a lot of Oregon basketball, honestly, this season. But you got losses to Arizona. We can understand. Tough loss, though, at Arizona, 84-81. But Arizona State, if you're supposed to be one of the better teams in the Pac-12, you can't lose that game the way they did. Maybe it was some injury that I'm not sure about. Like I said, I have no problem. And they have a loss to Cal. So, like, can't do that either.
Hold on, man. It's tough. Hey, man, Arizona State's been playing some good basketball right now, bro.
I mean, I just said that. I mean, but if
especially at the crib.
if you're one of the better teams, I mean, you can't get beat like that. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it has to be an injury or something. That score is 81-57.
So are you liking UCLA on the money line or on the spread? You didn't say what you want.
Oh, my bad. I'm money line that boy.
Okay. All right. We're gonna sit down. Yeah, go ahead. My bad, bro. I just didn't hear.
Go ahead. Keep going.
All right.
We'll talk about Zhang. Zhang, I mean, we know what it is. 17.5 points a game. That's why I say I'm not really too worried about Campbell being out.
I like UCLA right here. Oh, excuse me, and I'm going to join you with the money line as well. Oregon's been up and down, but they do play better at the crib, but I just like this UCLA team right here. Not going to take the points. I'm not playing around with no points. UCLA money line for tonight's game. So I'm right there with you, man. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Be sure to hit the like, subscribe, comment, share, talk that talk. We are Brothas N Bets. We are covering college basketball. Let's get to our last and final game, and this is about to be. If you've been following us, you know, and you watched our show recently, you already know, like, we're about to make this a new segment, a new watch. All right, it's called the Fade Oregon State Watch. And, you know, do I need to really get into statistics? I mean, I can. USC 23-4 on the year, 13-14 against the spread. Oregon State Beavers 3-22, 6-18-1 against the spread. I'm not even gonna go into the lines because y'all see it. We don't have to. Though Ellis is questionable for USC, Oregon got a lot. And see, it's at that point now for Oregon State. And if you're a coach, you already know, like, if you're having a bad year and you're getting close to the end of the year, players just start getting hurt left and right for the smaller things because they just already checked out. Malone Key, guard, he's questionable tonight for Oregon State. Alashi, I know I'm butchering it, but he's questionable as well. Williams is questionable at the guard position. Then they have several players who are out, and Johnson, the forward, he is questionable for tonight's game with a concussion. Bro, Oregon State has been getting blown out by double digits, and I'm just looking at this, and they got blown out in the last 4 games by double digits, right? Then they had a close one against Cal, but Cal's not that good. Then if we get after that Cal game, they have been blown out by double digits. So they've been blown out by double digits in 9 out of the last 10 games this year. 1-8 against the spread in the last 9 games. So I mean, do we have to? In fact, this is a lock for me.
Yeah, this is.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead and elaborate, man. Since we
this
on
is
the,
my
we,
line.
I'm not
gonna.
We on the Beaver watch right now.
I'm not gonna be long. I've been telling boys about this for at least 6-7 weeks now. I don't know what else I can do. I'm trying to pound it into y'all score right now. Fade Oregon State. I've been on this. I don't even care if they cover tonight miraculously. Next week, you better fade Oregon State. This shit has not let me down in a month at least. You know what I'm saying? I'm on USC first half -6. I'm on USC full game -2.5. I mean 10.5. And just they on the fade list. There's the number 1 team on my fade list. This is the best fade I've ever discovered, to be honest. This is the best fade I've discovered in my life. So fade Oregon State.
So I'm not. USC be tripping in the first half because I've been following them. I lost a lot of big money against them, but I'm right there with you. Lock of the day for me, USC -10.5 on the road, and just our fucking luck. Watch they.
I know that.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't even put that in the universe right now, though.
They cover by 10. They
still
by
put it
10.
in the universe. Don't even put that in the universe.
But I feel confident. I'm on the Beaver watch with you now. I'm looking for them.
I've been trying to get boys to jump on for about a good month and a half. Been fading the shit out of Oregon State.
So I know you got to get going. So the plays the day for Marley Bets. He likes Cleveland State money line, Youngstown State +7, UCLA money line, USC first half -6, and his lock, USC minus 10.5. Is that your lock? I would assume it would be.
Yes.
It makes sense. It just makes sense. As for myself, I guess I got a number of West Coast plays today. Gonzaga first half minus 5.5 and minus 10. UCLA money line. I'm actually riding with you on that one. And USC minus the 10.5. I'm riding with you on that one. That is our lock of the day. So, and we appreciate everybody tuning in and the coach. And we didn't get a lot of comments. Everybody wasn't chiming in today, like talking about. But we about 2 minutes from our 30-minute mark. This is probably one of our quickest shows that we've done. Open mic. You got anything you want to talk about? Ooh, I do. That game, that Providence game, yes. That Providence game, yeah, we'll get to the NBA time. That Providence game was pretty damn good last night.
I'm not gonna lie, passed out last night.
Because that's how long it was. Let's talk that NBA talk. I forgot about that. What you like? What you see? How you feeling? You
first coming back off All-Star weekend. Time to ramp it up.
So this is the first. So this is the first day back from the All-Star, right?
First day back. So boys, for to wrap it up though, it's only like 24, 25 games left. So it's time to get serious. So this is
when I start really paying attention. If you haven't been following us for the last couple, this is when I start paying attention. Okay, is after the All-Star break, because now I'm getting to the nitty-gritty, man. I know last year, right up like that, right towards the end to the play-in games, to that first round, man, we was killing it, man. But Memphis Grizzlies 41-19 on the year, 40-20 against the spread, while the Minnesota Timberwolves are 31-28, 30-28-1 against the spread. Most important, it's always important to check on them injuries. For Menson, Dillon Brooks, he is still out. Oh, he's out indefinitely. Tillman is probable for this game. And Pons is doubt. He's downgraded to out for the Grizzlies. Wright the fourth. He is downgraded to out for tonight's game against Memphis. Last time we seen Memphis, they lost before the break, 119-123 against Portland. Last time we seen Minnesota, they lost 103-91 against Toronto. So, who you like right here? You say you riding with your Memphis boys?
Yeah, I'm riding with them Grizzlies, man. I've been on that train like since December. Best record in the NBA. I know they got some injuries. Dillon Brooks been out for a minute though, but it's the Ja Morant show, and I don't think Minnesota just has enough. They're getting close. I mean, are they fighting to get in? So I gotta go back and look and see, are they fighting for that?
This is around the time we got to start hitting up.
Start laying down.
Yeah, this is around the time when we gonna try to get him back on. He was very insightful when leading up into the playoffs. We got to get the boy Deezy, that boy Dale in the mix, and have him come join the show. Another game I'm looking at right now is that Atlanta Hawks traveling to the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, that's
you got Williams, he's questionable. Dang is out. Dang return. Yeah, well, he out. I was gonna say returning back to Shottown.
I like the
LeVane. Yeah, LeVine. Zach LeVine. He missed last game, so he's probable for today's game. Ball, he's been out definitely. But the boy DeRozan, he's been playing like a maniac lately, bro.
Better ball right before the break.
And so they're on a 5-game winning streak right now. I like Bulls right here.
I do too.
In fact,
that's close.
Yeah, I like the Bulls right here, man. Yeah, I like that.
Hawks was playing basketball before the break, though. That's what's scary.
So you got Denver -4 against.
I'm on that Cleveland -6 though.
It's at 5.5 right now.
It went down. Check the injury report on that for me.
All right, so Cleveland Cavaliers a sneaky 35-23 on the year, 35-21-2 against the spread, while the Detroit Pistons are sorry ass 13-45 on the year, 27-31 against the spread. Check out. So this line opened up at 7, and it's gone all the way down to 5.5. So something's going on.
That's why I said check.
Mark Cannon, he is probable for today's game. Oh, Garland, point guard, he's out as well for tonight's game.
So it's just Mobley. But they got Rondo pushing the point on the backup.
And Jackson, he is for Detroit. He is doubtful for today's game as well.
I still like Detroit. What? Still.
Yeah, Detroit. They only won 2 out of the last 10 games, and they beat Boston 112 to 111 right before the break.
That was like
so. Those are all the games I see. I mean, we got Phoenix, OKC, Denver, Sacramento. That looks interesting. That line is pretty low. Boston and Brooklyn should be a good one.
Sacramento, you gotta know they got Sabonis now, and they got them and Pacers had a trade. So I can't remember who was all inside that trade though. I know it was Sabonis and somebody else for Buddy Hield and Halliburton. So I got to look at roster.
Hey, James. That Portland against the Golden State, these be those type of games I'll be talking about, like late night, sneaky Portland West Coast games. Is Dame Lillard still out?
Yeah, Dame's still out. I mean, I don't know. He talking about cover or he mean money line. I don't know. Because you think Warriors fighting with the Suns for first place, and Chris Paul he out for too much. This the time to like try to stretch that lead right now.
Right. So yeah, it's at 10 right now.
I don't know. Maybe the cover. I don't even know if they covered. But that boy Anthony Simmons, I think that's his name for Portland. That youngster be hoop. So they probably covered at 10. I wouldn't sleep. I don't know.
Well, that's a bet, man. Let's get ready to lock in, place our bets and stuff like that. I don't have anything. I mean, did you have anything you want to talk about open mic? I don't think I can talk about it. I know we don't go there a lot, but, have you been following the shit that's been going down overseas?
Oh, Russia. Yeah, them boys attacked Ukraine today.
What you think?
As far as, like, should we do something or what do I think?
What you think about? What you think about?
I just think that nigga Putin crazy than a motherfucker. That's what I really think. Putin don't give no fucks about what nobody say. And boys got to understand, like, Putin, this some shit I read about Putin. He remembers when Russia was all that shit, like Ukraine, all that shit.
Yeah.
Because he did this shit when Obama was in office. So I can't remember. Crimea. That's what he moved in on, I think. Crimea, if I'm not mistaken. It was one of them other countries, though. He trying to get all that shit back to Russia. You know what I'm saying?
To get it back to the USSR.
USSR shit, yeah.
You remember? Did you used to play Street Fighter?
Yes.
Back in the day,
oh, boy. He was cold.
Zangief, when you fly over there, you be like, USSR.
Slam your bitch ass on your head.
I used to like when the plane would go, it'd be like, USSR. I'd be like, oh, okay. See, we about to go at it, man.
Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. That nigga Pussy crazy. They better. We need. I mean, I know it's fucked up. Nah, I ain't gonna say. I don't know if it's fucked up or not. I don't know if we don't need to get in this shit though.
We have no choice, my G. We have no choice.
Because they not part of NATO though.
But we have no choice, dog. It's hey man, you know, this is the woke before that became a cool term, back when I was kicking this in the 20 to 2000s era, man. I learned this a long time ago, man. If you want to make money, you want to make billions, hell, even trillions, you create a great catastrophe, which a lot of times is a war, and that money gonna come in, dog. So, I'm not surprised. People just, we talk sports all day long. That's our outlet. That's our way to make money. But man, that's not. Let's keep a little bit of truth. And I gotta say this, bro. Honestly, and this is just being real, bro. I haven't watched CNN or any news outlets besides the traffic in the morning when I'm getting ready to go to work. I haven't watched, bro. I haven't watched none of that shit, bro. Since Biden's been in office. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to let go because I was locked in.
Too. They all trash.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But yeah, now I'm very plugged in politically. I mean,
So I mean, I know what I need to know, but I don't be locked in on what CNN and all that shit be got to say, dog. Because a lot of times it ain't true.
That's the least thing.
But that's a bit, man. We at the 5:45 mark. You got to get ready to get out of here. You want to lead us in our gambling prayer? We can go ahead and make it.
For sure. Y'all know what it is. Same thing it is every day. I am Marley Bets. That is the coach. This is Brothas N Bets. Like every day, all day. Y'all know what it is. Let's beat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we